Today, we are going to be going over the top 3 neighborhoods in North San Antonio. All of these neighborhoods are gated in great locations and pretty good school districts, but I'll let you guys be the judge of that. Why don't we go ahead and jump in right now? If this is your first time to our channel and you would like to know everything there is to know about living in San Antonio and its surrounding areas, make sure you subscribe or tap that bell for notifications to ensure that you're one of the first to be notified when we bring you new market updates. My name is Katie Powers, and my husband Stephen Garza and I get phone calls, emails, and texts from people just like you every single day who are looking to make a move into the area. Whether you're 6 days or 6 months away from making that transition, or maybe even more, feel free to reach out to us. All of our information is listed right below, and Steve and I would be honored to be your realtors of choice. Now let's dive into the top 3 neighborhoods in North San Antonio. We're gonna jump in on the map. And before we jump into the neighborhood, I just wanna clarify North San Antonio. This is up to discussion. I'm not looking to create a debate here of how we draw the line in San Antonio of what considers it north or not. But for today's video, every neighborhood that we are going to be showing you is going to be north of Loop 1604. Okay, so some people would not even consider this, I mean, it is San Antonio city limits, but some people would consider it, you know, the suburbs that surround it. We're not gonna get all technical on this today. We're just gonna be covering 3 really amazing gated communities that have a wide range of price points, so you can decide which one works best for your price, as well as great school districts and locations, okay? So that is how I am classifying North. If you wanted to go deeper into, you know, how we separate San Antonio, technically this 410 loop and up would be more considered of North San Antonio, and then over 1604 would be far north. I feel like those are semantics at this point. They are in the north, we're covering 3 neighborhoods in the north. So let's dive in. Our first neighborhood today is Rogers Ranch. This neighborhood is located in the far north central. It's located right off Rogers Ranch Parkway, imagine that. But more importantly, the location of this is why it has made this top 3 list. This is one of my favorite neighborhoods. If you have not seen our Rogers Ranch vlog, I definitely suggest you take a look at it. We really go and tour homes in the area that they're all pre-owned. You cannot get a new construction home in this area, but you get to see that wide range of homes in there. But look at this location here on the map. This is Rogers Ranch. You are literally halfway between I-10 and 281. So you can also, from Rogers Ranch, come straight in and take Huebner all the way down to Medical Center, which is right over here as well. There's lots of ways you can go in through all of these roads, but this is Huebner will take you right over to Medical Center. So even though you're so central north, it's so easy to get to everything. You're 10-15 minutes over here to the Rim, La Cantera. There's also Topgolf here and Andretti and Fiesta, Texas. So a lot of entertainment over in this area. So great. I mean, we're there every Friday night, right? That's where we meet Steve's family for dinner and stuff. So a lot of San Antonio goes to this part of town for entertainment. There's a lot of variety there between shopping and restaurants and just some really cool hangout spots. So you have that. You also are 10 to 15 minutes over to 281. With this You have access to all other restaurants. There's not as much entertainment, I would say, as there is off of I-10, but you do have shopping, movie theaters, and lots of different restaurants as well. And then when you're close to 281, you can just jump on 281 and go straight down, and then you have the San Antonio airport. So international airport, right? So you're within 15 to 20 minutes to the airport. You're within 15 to 20 minutes to medical center or USAA corporate. You're 10 to 15 minutes to I-10 1604 corridor, which if you want to talk about jobs in this area, you also have UTSA, so University of Texas, San Antonio. I guess I put the wrong circle here. It's really big, so. So university here. You also have a Sunoco, so you've got oil and gas, you've got Valero. If you're not in Texas yet, you'll understand Valero when you get here. It's one of our biggest gas stations. It's local, so your corporate headquarters is right off of this area as well, next to UTSA. So lots of easy access to jobs, to stores, shopping, everything, every store you could possibly want to shop. All kinds of restaurants, fast food. I mean, you name it, guys. This is why I love this location. Of course, I'm a real estate agent. So in my book, I need to get to all parts of town very easily. Rogers Ranch is one of those neighborhoods where it's just easy to get to everything. Whether you're having to go to the east side of San Antonio or the west side of San Antonio, we're just so perfectly placed, in my opinion. Stone Oak is also that as well, but we're not covering that today. So Rogers Ranch, let's dive in now that we've talked about how prime this location is. Let's look at some other things that are close, just so you have an idea. Right here off of Bitters and 1604, of course, when you come in this way, it's Rogers Ranch Parkway. It's Bitters if you come this way. You have right here at Blanco and 1604, so you would just cross over, go 1604 this way. You have a massive H-E-B. You have a Home Depot here. You have Starbucks. You also have a new coffee shop called Caffeinated Crepes. So good. Their coffee is so good, and they have really good crepes, whether you're savory or sweet. Really advise you to check that place out. It's super cute and great food, great coffee. But you also have Whole Foods here. If you go a little bit more east on 1604 from Rogers Ranch, you do have right here where it says Torchy's. That's a really good taco joint. But you also have Trader Joe's. So you have 3 different grocery stores within 5 to 10 minutes of you. That's awesome. You also have, you know, Home Depot. I think it's a Lowe's, actually not a Home Depot, but you have home improvement store next to you. You have some of the best restaurants all within this area as well. Paisanos is one of my favorites. J Prime is a really great steakhouse. I'm only bringing these up because they're showing it on Google. El Bucanero. If you like ceviche, this is a phenomenal restaurant to go get your ceviche fix. I know I am not a food critic. I'm not trying to give you all of this, but just giving you an idea from a local's perspective why this neighborhood is so sought after for its location. Well, why it's so sought after, and location is one of the reasons. Okay, now that you get an idea of what's around Rogers Ranch and why this location is great, let's dive in to home prices, okay? So right here, we're gonna jump into MLS. They just changed it. I don't even think it's called MLS anymore. Anyway, I digress. I'm drinking my coffee this morning, so bear with me, guys, if my brain's a little jumbled. I haven't quite had a full cup. You're getting the real Katie in the morning before all of my coffee. So Rogers Ranch, your price points are gonna range between 500 to $1 million. Just gonna zoom out so you can see the map on MLS. The Vineyard is a great neighborhood too, but it's much smaller than Rogers Ranch. So I understand that there is one. You're saying, Katie, you just said 500 plus, but there's one here at 480. This is an anomaly. This is a HUD home, so this is a foreclosure. You don't see them very often in this area at all. So honestly, it's only been on the market 5 days. It's probably going to be gone by the end of the weekend, to be honest with you. It's definitely dated, but it's a HUD home. So really, you're going to be mid fives and up. There has only been one sale in Rogers Ranch that has been over, that has been $1 million. So really, this is a sweet spot for San Antonio. Our median sales price is going to be around $450 to $500. And what I have seen over the last year is we're seeing a lot more home sales between $500 and $700. So while there are a lot of homes in San Antonio in the $250 to $400, we're seeing even more between 5 to 7. So we're seeing the shift, right? Home values are increasing. That's just the way it is. So this is a really sweet spot. Pricing is really great. And the homes are nice. So let's just jump in. We're just gonna go through. I would highly suggest checking out our Rogers Ranch vlog so you can actually see us walk some of these homes. And we can give you more information specifically on this neighborhood. But you know, these homes, you are in the hill country, North San Antonio, so you could possibly have steps. It's very hard to find some without steps. This one they've done, look, a little Art Deco wall like ours behind us. But you've got, this one's clean, updated, nice. Paint's great. Cabinets, look at those cabinets. Those are a really pretty cabinet stain. Gas cooking community. This one has a double oven. It's got the beams in the living room, which is really beautiful. Look at that, so pretty. This one doesn't have as high as ceilings. It does have some work here in the primary bedroom, but the bathroom's been updated, big game room. So overall, great home. This is a 4-4. It was a custom home by Belmont. 4,200 square feet for $699. That is $165 a square foot. That's a good price. Like $165 a square foot on a pre-owned in this area. Great price per square foot. It's very clean, very beautiful, built in 2011. Then we have, if you go up, you know, this one's $925, 5-bedroom. It has a pool. We need to have a talk with this agent about their photography. This is not ideal for this price point. It's really not ideal for any price point. Not that I'm here to get you guys to tell you what great listing agent I am, but that would have looked much better if me and Steve had listed it. But either way, larger lot, right? Big lot, pool, big house. So let's look at the numbers on that. 925, 4,100 square feet. This one's at 221 square feet. Having a pool in San Antonio is a benefit, right? So this one might be a little overpriced in my opinion, but that's, you know, that's something that we could discuss if you were here, right? If you're interested in that home, we could negotiate. But man, I pulled the first one I pulled up was the best price per square foot. That was a really good deal. Here's one, a Monticello home who is now Drees, but Monticello 4,000 square feet, priced at $754. We're at $184 square foot. That's also a really great price per square foot. Brick and stone. This one, you don't have any steps going in, but you do have a sloped driveway. So depends on your car, right? I've had a client that was like, my Ferrari cannot handle that driveway. I'm like, okay. Sometimes we buy houses for our cars. Sometimes we buy houses for our pets. We see all kinds of things, but you just let us know what's a priority for you and we will make sure that we help you with that. This one, the kitchen, oops. The kitchen has been updated, so it's really new and bright. Look at that double island. That's really cool for this price point, but really beautiful home. I would probably say the carpet needs to be replaced and the bathroom needs to be updated, but overall, it's a great price per square foot. Another thing you're gonna see in the hill country is you might have these retaining walls in your backyard because it's built on a hill. So you'll have some yard up here, which is why they fenced it. They didn't really photograph it. couldn't tell you why they didn't photograph it, but that's kind of what you see. But $754, that's not a bad price for a 4.4. So those are some pricings just to give you a quick range, anywhere from mid-5s to $1 million. Not many sell at $1 million. They're going to be completely decked out to be that. So really mid-5s to upper 800s is going to be where your price point is going to be. What you can expect to budget for Rogers Ranch. Now, let's dive into school district. Here in Rogers Ranch, I highly suggest greatschools.org or niche.com to give you an idea of school ratings. Again, highly suggest do your own research, but we're here to help. Every neighborhood is going to be a little different. They're going to be routed. Here in Texas, we do get schools assigned to you based off your location. There are charter schools that you do not have to be in the district to go to, but they are not automatically accepted. These charter schools you have to join, and in most cases you join a waiting list. So if you are looking to put your child in a charter school in San Antonio, I would highly suggest start getting on that list now for next year, because it's very rare that you would get on the same, within a month of school starting. So just a heads up that way. But again, Rogers Ranch, great school district. So you are in Northeast ISD. My children are in Northeast ISD. I really like Northeast ISD. I think it's going to depend who you are as a parent and what you expect and what you want. North Side ISD, Northeast ISD are, in my opinion, the best school districts in San Antonio. But then you have Bernie ISD and Alamo Heights, which Alamo Heights is in San Antonio. It's just its own little world, its own little city. And then you have those two that probably would supersede San Antonio school districts. But for San Antonio, for what we're talking about, truly Northeast, North Side are going to be, you really can't go wrong. Of course, there are different schools in those districts, so you'll want to do your research. But for Rogers Ranch, they go to Vineyard Elementary, which is literally at the very front of Alamo Ranch. Let me see, I can jump over real quick to show you that. So Rogers Ranch Parkway is right here. And this is the school. So literally, this is a private school over there. But right here is that elementary. So you are literally within the neighborhood, essentially, is that school district or that elementary school. And then you have Lopez Middle School, which is going to be over here. It's a little further. It's in the Stone Oak area, but look, rated a 9 out of 10. Like, gee whiz, the test scores are a 10 out of a 10. This is a great school. And then you have Reagan High School, which is rated a 7. Keep in mind, this is an older school. It's located right in Stone Oak. So easy drive. Your children would have to drive on a freeway. I only bring this up because I have a senior in high school right now, and he's driving to school. And I did not think about that when I purchased our current home. But I lucked out. He doesn't have to drive on a freeway, and you might not be as nervous about it as I don't like him driving on freeways. It just makes me a nervous Nelly. It's a preference, right? Every mom has their thing. But some of these schools, I just like to throw out there because if that is a concern for you, like it was a concern for me, something to think about. Your high schooler will have to drive on 1604, but only for one exit. 2 exits. They'll have to pass Blanco and then to Stone Oak and then straight up, and it's right there. So quick, easy. Let me show you on a map so it's a little easier for you to see. You would take Rogers Ranch. There we go. Rogers Ranch here to 1604. They would have to get on 1604, drive 1604. You have one exit for Blanco here. Keep going and you exit Stone Oak right here. and then you take Stone Oak, and the high school is right here. So not terribly far, it's actually very close. But if you don't want them driving the freeway, then maybe this isn't the right neighborhood for you, right? But it's totally up to you. High school might be a long way away for you. It's just something I'm physically going through right now, so I thought I would bring it up. So Reagan would probably have a lower rating than you would like, but most high schools really are between a 6 and a 10. It's high school, but either way, I know that Ronald Reagan is a great school. I have lots of friends that their kids go there and absolutely love it. It's definitely super competitive. Of Northeast ISD, the best high schools are going to be Reagan and Johnson. Johnson is over here somewhere in Stone Oak as well. So, but this neighborhood is routed to Reagan. Okay, next stop. That is what we have for you for Rogers Ranch. That is neighborhood number 1. Let's go ahead and dive into neighborhood number 2. Now that we're back on the map, North San Antonio, our next neighborhood is Sonoma Ranch. This neighborhood is technically a Helotes address, but it is right outside of 1604. It is North San Antonio. As you can see, it is a big neighborhood. It pops up right on Google Maps, very easy for me. This neighborhood location, again, every neighborhood I'm bringing you today is ideal on location. Sonoma Ranch is great because if you're working on the northwest to west side of town, but you like to go shopping and do things in North San Antonio, you're just like, it's just a prime location, right? You're 10 minutes, if that, to I-10-1604, where you have, again, Fiesta, Texas, La Cantera, all the shopping, all the entertainment, all within 10 minutes, really. And then if you go the opposite direction, right here, this is Bandera Road. I understand that the road says 16, Highway 16. If you speak to a local and you say Highway 16, they're gonna know that you're not from here. We call it Bandera Road. So there's your local tidbit for you. So Bandera Road is right here with 1604. This is where you're gonna have H-E-B, Lowe's, Starbucks, all kinds of restaurants, hair salons, massage parlors. Like, you just have all kinds of shopping, more like your everyday use, restaurants, movie theaters, all of that right in this area. So you're 5 minutes to that. If you want to get into medical center, which is over here, or USAA's corporate from Sonoma Ranch, you're 15-20 minutes. If you're going to UTSA, I have a lot of clients that live in Sonoma Ranch and their kids are now going to UTSA. We're talking 5 minutes. They roll out of bed and just go to class. Super great. UTSA is here. So as you can see, everything is just really close. If you are, let me actually clear this so I can get further out for you guys. I also have a lot of clients living in Sonoma Ranch that are military. So Sonoma Ranch is here. It is a straight shot 1604 straight down here to Lackland Air Force Base. So if you are Air Force military, or you are working for Boeing, or any of the cybersecurity, there's a ton going on. So you have Lackland Air Force Base, but you also have what used to be Kelly Air Force Base, which is now Port of San Antonio. And Port of San Antonio is drawing in a lot of cybersecurity jobs, as well as aerospace jobs, because Boeing is there. So all of those suppliers and different companies are coming in. Lots of tech schools coming into that area as well. So I'm seeing that there's a lot of growth over there. So it is going to be a 25 to 30 minute drive, because it's going to be that. But some people don't mind that drive. So I have a lot of clients that live there so that they are close to entertainment and fun for the weekend, and then drive the 30-minute commute down to Lackland because it is a straight shot down 1604. If you are looking to be downtown, this might be a further drive than you're willing to do, but you are 30 minutes to there. You're about 20 to 30 minutes to the San Antonio International Airport. You would just take 1604 to 281 and drop down. That would be 30 minutes for sure, depending on time of day and traffic. But overall, you're really super close to I-10, 1604, and then Medical Center and those types of things, and then super close to Bandera, but everything else is gonna be 15 to 30 minutes away. But that's what people love about it, is you're not having to drive 45 minutes to get anywhere. Everything is relatively close. Now, as we just kind of zoom in a little bit more, we'll hit on, I kind of already hit on it, but you have Home Depot here, you have H-E-B here, you have a big movie theater, and all right here on Bandera Road, on either side, are a ton of restaurants. Lots of different options there, and you have two Starbuckses there. So I always look for coffee, so you want to know where the coffee's at as I drink my coffee this morning, right? So that is what we have for Sonoma Ranch. Let's dive into MLS so you can see what it is offering here for home sales price. After all, I am a real estate agent, so that is why we're here. Now, if you haven't seen our Sonoma Ranch video, make sure you check it out, because we go through 4 different pre-owned homes so you can really see the price points in here. Now, what I will say, there are non-gated portions of Sonoma Ranch and there are gated portions of Sonoma Ranch. If you are in the 300s to low 300s to low 400s, you're in the non-gated portion of Sonoma Ranch. If you are going up to the 500s plus, you are in the gated portion of Sonoma Ranch. It's totally up to you. People love this neighborhood. They love the location. They love the school district. So a lot of them, like these, I think we showed you Burnt Peak on that video. This is a fixer-upper, but to get in Sonoma Ranch at $340 is a great deal. Flooring needs to be redone, need a paint, the kitchen needs some new countertops. It needs some love. Backyard definitely needs some love. But for $340, you're getting in an area that's very sought after. You do those updates and look, the home values support you increasing significantly when you go to sell. So if you want investment advice, give me a call. The price ranges, you can range from mid 3s, and it's gonna go all the way up to your mid one, in between 1 and 2. I have not personally seen a 2 million sale in Sonoma Ranch quite yet, but we are creeping, right? This one is at 1.6. Let's see what 1.6 gets you. It gets you 1.2 acres, so a very large lot, 4,200 square feet, 4-bedroom, 4.5 bath. So everybody gets a bathroom plus a spare. I'm assuming it has a pool, yep. So pool, hot tub, but a lot of natural yard. Oh, you don't have to manicure it. Wow, that's a really pretty outdoor kitchen. Super cute little outdoor bar, and I mean, that's so cute. I love that. Lots of cute, so really pretty backyard. We'll just leave it at that. And then your inside, sorry, I'm going really fast. Wow, that's really rustic. So if you like these colors, this might be the bathroom for you. I'm not a fan, personally. I like the clean, bright, spa-like, but this is very rustic, very manly, in my opinion. Oh, and they did it on the ceilings too. All right, guys, I don't know that this is gonna sell at 1.6. So if you like what you're seeing and want a deal, call me. Real estate, man, we see some crazy things. They love dark colors. All right, that's a random one. I would not pay 1.6 for that. And at 374 a square foot, I definitely wouldn't pay that. But great area. I would say 700 is gonna be your sweet spot for Sonoma Ranch. Even one neighborhood right north of Sonoma Ranch that I showed a $950,000 house the other day with a pool and a gorgeous view. So if you're in that million price point and like this area, there are other neighborhoods around it off Kyle Seal Parkway as well, that we can talk about, but for the sake of this video, there are so many good neighborhoods, guys. I can only feature 3 today, so this is what we're doing. But you get the double oven on this one. I like this kitchen. They've redone it. It's very bright and airy. Plantation shutters. Love that they've redone this bathroom. Like, this is more up my alley in terms of like bright, airy, beautiful closet decor, and they've got that movie theater in there, and then an outdoor kitchen. So not seeing, oh, they do have a little pool. Outdoor kitchen, covered patio, which is great. That looks like a little pool, but hey, that's all you really need, right? Like, just a soak. And then, oh, that's great. So then this is not heated. This is just a regular pool. And then they put in a hot tub so that they have that hot tub. So this is a great option. $635 at $186 a square foot. This is a great deal. 4.3, and it's a Highland home. I love Highland, beautiful homes. Built in 05. So again, you're not gonna find new construction in Sonoma Ranch, but these are the price points. I would really say if you're looking to be in the gated area of Sonoma Ranch, I would highly suggest your budget be anywhere from upper 4s, so 480 to 900. Of course, there are $1 million ones, and I'm sure there is a prettier one than. Oh, we show you this one on the Sonoma Ranch video, so go check that one out. But they have a lot of them are Mediterranean. Once it gets up into the millions, you're definitely getting more square footage. So it's one of 2 things when it's in a million. You're getting more square feet and more acreage. Gosh, my brain's not working. So more square feet, more acreage, but you're also typically getting a view. So this is what I mean by a view. That's gorgeous. That's hill country. It will stay green like that year round. Like, this was probably taken in the summer, actually. So yeah, the other thing I will say about this neighborhood is, Steve and I joke about this, but the higher up on the hill you go, the more expensive it is because you're getting those views. But we have a friend who lives, I hope she doesn't watch this and hate me for this, but it's an ongoing joke, and we love you. I won't even say her name because I don't want her to feel called out, but she lives in the gated portion. I think her home is like 450 or whatever, and she's single. So we always joke with her about dating higher on the hill, right? So the higher on the hill you go, the higher the prices go. So we give her a hard time about that. We love her so much. It's just an ongoing joke, but the higher on the hill you go, because you get the views and typically larger lot sizes, the higher the price goes. Now let's talk about school districts. So this is what you are routed to if you live in Sonoma Ranch. So your middle school, Garcia Middle School, is it's in the neighborhood. So it's right off Kyle Seal Parkway. You're not having to drive very far. If they're on a bus, honestly, they could walk to school. They don't even need to ride a bus from Sonoma Ranch. It's in the neighborhood, okay. Middle school is rated an 8. Oh, I skipped elementary. Sorry, guys. Beard Elementary is rated a 9. Again, that is in the neighborhood. It is on Sonoma Parkway. So it is in the non-gated portion of Sonoma Ranch, right on that parkway, rated a 9. Then you have Garcia Middle School, and then you have Brandeis High School, which is rated an 8, which is right within the area. It's off Kyle Seal Parkway as well. So if you are a mom that doesn't want to have to drive all over the place, or like I said on the last neighborhood, concerned about your child driving on a freeway when they get their driver's license, if you live in Sonoma Ranch, they are all within Sonoma Ranch. So let me give you an idea on the map here. So Kyle Seal Parkway is the main road that goes through Sonoma Ranch. So I'm just gonna put dots here. It doesn't mean that's exactly where they are, but I'm giving you an idea, right? So Kyle Seal Parkway, you have your elementary here, your high school here, I'm sorry, your middle school here, middle school, high school, elementary. Literally, you never have to go on any main freeway, any main road. Kylesville Parkway is like stoplight, 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 right? Easy. Sonoma Ranch is stop signs. So easy drive for your younger drivers. Don't have to go on a freeway, which personally, I really, that would weigh very heavily on me on where I was going to land for a home. So that's the only reason why I bring it up. So that is your school districts for the area. All right. Okay, so we have one more neighborhood we are going to cover. All right, so our last neighborhood, number 1, we have the Dominion. This neighborhood is great for location and prestige. So not only is this neighborhood gated, but it is guard gated. So it is very prestigious. Honestly, it is gorgeous. Like we just had Yasir and his beautiful wife come in to visit us to purchase a home later this year. And we showed them Sonoma Ranch, and then we drove in the Dominion, and literally after that they were like, we want to be in the Dominion. So once you drive in it, it's different than most neighborhoods. It's very, very beautiful. It's a country club. It has a golf course. There's so many wonderful things. So make sure you check out that vlog. We actually have 2 videos on the Dominion. We have regular Dominion, so you can see the pre-owned homes, and there is, for a very short time, if you want to build a Perry home, they have 35 lots in the Dominion. They're going to be $1.2 million to $1.5 million, 1.5. But that is an option as well. Price points in the Dominion are much higher as well because it is so prestigious. But let's dive into this map and show you where it is located. This is the Dominion. It's right off of I-10. You are 10 minutes to the 1604 and I-10 corridor, where you have Fiesta Texas, La Cantera, the Rim, and all the shopping and entertainment and restaurants, okay? So super close, a lot. And I'm not saying that this is like where they all live. I'm just talking in generalities. A lot of doctors, surgeons live in the Dominion because it is just simply a straight shot into medical center. So a lot of them need to be on call, like within 10 to 15 minutes of the hospital. So the Dominion gives you that ability to work from medical center and just a straight shot. There are a lot of other, people have careers that live in this area. I just know that's a big draw. I have a lot of clients that are doctors, and that's the reason why the Dominion's beautiful, and it gives them what they want in their living, but it's also super close and easy access to medical center, where a lot of our hospitals and facilities are. Now, like the client I was just talking about that we met the other day, he's working downtown in a hospital, but still we ran the numbers 25 minutes to downtown San Antonio, because you're just on I-10. It's literally just a straight shot downtown. But you would be 15 to 20 minutes to medical center. You are about 35 to 40 minutes to International Airport. And what else do we want to talk about? You are really, it's going to depend on where you work, right? But in some cases, people work in the Great Northwest and Leon Valley in this area. Dominion's an easy shot too. So really, again, that's why it makes the list. It's just easy access, easy to get to and from. It's right off I-10. It has an underpass to go under 10 to get I-10 going south, or technically they call it east, but we won't go into that. That's even more confusing if you're not from here. So really easy access. I think what most people tend to love is right across from the Dominion, there's a little, I want to call it a shopping center, but it's mostly really nice restaurants. So really good restaurants in there, really easy access to all of these great restaurants, but also the Dominion is a country club. So you have, if you choose to join the country club, you have a restaurant literally in your neighborhood. I mean, that's awesome. You could drive your little golf cart. It's a golf cart community. You can drive your golf cart to dinner. It has literally state-of-the-art amenities, right? Pickleball courts and basketball courts and a huge pool. So really nice facilities there. It has a gym. All of those things are part of the country club that you can join in the Dominion. So that is also great. Let's talk about everyday use, right? I know I talked about restaurants, but if you are thinking of Dominion, you might also want to know, how do I get my groceries? So the Dominion is here. This is your entryway in the Dominion. There are 3 gates. There's a gate to access down here, there's one up here, and then there's one here in the middle. So you have 3 gates to access the Dominion. Right here off Bernie Stage Road, you have a big H-E-B. And you also have other restaurants in there as well. You have your Walmart right here. So H-E-B, Walmart, 5 minutes. I think it's going to depend if you get stuck at the light right here. But really everything is within 5 minutes of you, and then you're 10 minutes into the Rim, La Cantera, and all of this shopping right here. So also at the H-E-B in this shopping center, you have a Merit Coffee and a Starbucks. I'm not as huge of a fan of Merit Coffee. It's very bitter, but Starbucks coffee is very bitter too, so you choose. But you have 2 coffee shops right there in that shopping center. So that is what I have for you for location and easy access to everything. Let's dive into the real estate, because I'm a real estate agent. Let me zoom out here so you can see the Dominion on the map. Dominion is huge, which is why I'm so grateful they have 3 gates, because if you live over here, you would not want to use this main entrance. You would wind through the neighborhood forever. But price ranges in here are drastic. So you can get into a smaller garden home, we'll call them a garden home, in the Dominion for $500. But you can also buy an estate. And when I say estate, I mean estate 5.5, which if you watch our Dominion video, we actually go through this to Admiral's Way, 5.5 million. It's massive. It's an estate, right? It's 12,000 square feet. Insane, huge, okay? So you have huge sprawling estates with these massive, beautiful homes. You have garden homes, and then you have the in-between. The in-between still is going to be typically in your 1 million to 3 million price point. So I would say your sweet spot in the Dominion is $1 million plus. So I just showed this house to a client the other day, and for this price at $929, this is a steal. I would highly suggest. I don't think it's going to last very long at $218 a square feet. It's been on 8 days. This was a really beautiful home, and what you could expect in the Dominion, which is why I'm just going to run through it really quick. But it is a 3-car garage. So you have a garage here, and then you have your 2-car here. But it was very beautiful. You could definitely put money into it if you wanted to update it, but it's move-in ready. This kitchen is great. The island is a different shape, but I really liked it because you got because it's bumped out, you get cabinets on both sides. But really pretty living room with the stone all the way up the fireplace. You've got an office. Primary is great. Bathroom is huge. Staircase is beautiful. I love when they do these curved staircases because I would put a Christmas tree right there. That's where my brain goes. But lots of space, big game room, lots of bedrooms, but then you also have the pool with the hot tub. So really cute. I just love the architecture on this. That's where that staircase is. but really cool little courtyard here in the backyard, and then you still have the covered patio over here. So it's nice that you still have grass for your little puppies, but then you still have a pool. So if you don't want a huge yard to maintain, this is a great house, 929. I genuinely don't think this one's gonna last long. Like, it has everything. 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath with an office, 3-car garage. For the Dominion, this is a phenomenal price point and house. Most of the homes are going to be higher. As you can see, the majority of these are between 1 and 3 million. If we just pull some of those up, Dominion has a lot more modern homes as well. You also don't have regular roofs. You're gonna see the clay or cement or metal roofs because the Dominion requires it. This is a newer built home in 24. It's definitely more modern. Beautiful. I love that wine room. I love that quartz. Look how thick that quartz is. That's gorgeous. How do you guys feel about that light fixture? Oh, I don't really know how to take that, honestly. That's weird. Oh my God, look at that shower. So that closet's phenomenal. Okay, I'm not gonna keep oohing and awing. But it's a beautiful home, right? And this is what you can expect in the 1.8 million range, 2 million range for Dominion. 5-bedroom, 4.5 bath, 3,900 square feet, and it doesn't have an office. So you have 5 bedrooms, you can use one as an office. But this is more in line with new construction in the Dominion, $483 a square foot. Okay, so it's up to you. It's what you're looking for, but if you wanna be in the country club type lifestyle, definitely check that video out. Give us a call, let us know, because we'd love to show you some of these beautiful homes. This is San Antonio luxury. When people think San Antonio luxury, the first neighborhood that pops in their head is the Dominion, genuinely. There are a lot of other neighborhoods, but this is the #1 neighborhood that pops in everybody's head. It's beautiful. We have had lots of Spurs players that live in here. George Strait, once upon a time, he moved out to Cordillera now, but you have, the affluent of San Antonio. A lot of them live in the Dominion. It's a very beautiful community. I was joking with my last client when we toured in here. This community is typically older. So we don't see a lot of 30-somethings in this community, unless, they've just done really well. But typically this community is going to be 50s and up. I'm talking in generalities. It doesn't mean that families don't live here. Families live in here. But we typically see the age bracket of the Dominion a little higher. I think that makes sense for the price points. But I'm leading that into the school districts are not as phenomenal as Sonoma Ranch and Rogers Ranch, because a lot of people who live in here send their kids to TMI, which is a private school located on the back. It's located right over here from the Dominion. So there are a lot of private schools in the area. So those that live in the Dominion don't necessarily go to public school. It doesn't mean that they don't. It's just not rated as high. So let's dive into that so you can see what I'm alluding to. Leon Springs Elementary is located right here. So it's literally right outside of the Dominion, right off of I-10. For the elementary, it's rated as 7. Then you have Rollins Middle School. Oh, it's a sign down here. They've put in new schools since the Dominion was built. So you have Clark High School here and Rollins Middle School. So it's a drive to the middle school and to the high school from the Dominion, but it's straight down I-10, so really 10 minutes. And then you have Clark High School, which is a 6. I understand that this 6 out of 10 doesn't look great for Clark High School, but what I will say, this high school has been around forever. Steven went to Bernie High School, which is up here. But a lot of his friends went to Clark School. So like when they hung out, it was like the Bernie kids with Clark High School. It's been around forever. Usually schools that are older have a lower score just because they've had more years to have mistakes, I guess. But I would definitely do some more research on that. I don't think they're bad schools. I think they're good schools. They just aren't as highly rated as the other two neighborhoods we showed you. But I wanted to at least show you because I think it's really important. But again, if your kid is in high school living in the Dominion, they are driving on a very big freeway to get to high school. That's I-10. That's a big freeway. But it's a straight shot, just like Rogers Ranch is to Stone Oak. So that is our top 3 neighborhoods. What did you guys think? Rogers Ranch, Sonoma Ranch, and the Dominion. Drop some comments. Let us know what you thought. I will put a caveat in here. I am not saying that these are the top 3 neighborhoods in all of North San Antonio. These are just some top neighborhoods. As we get more footage for you guys, we will keep sharing top neighborhoods in the area. We just wanted to bring these to you because they are absolutely phenomenal neighborhoods. The price points are really right in line with what we are seeing for the San Antonio market. If you want a gorgeous home with the square footage because you have a growing family, or in some cases, I'm going to shout out the Williamsons again, where you have freed all of your children. They are all out in the world, but now they're having grandbabies and you want a big enough house for everybody to come home for Christmas. These are great neighborhoods, right? You're gonna have lots of rooms, prestige, great amenities. All of these things come with these neighborhoods. So let us know what you think. We would love to hear. Hopefully this was helpful for you to see where these neighborhoods are on a map. Thanks so much for tuning in. We will see you guys on the next one.